Ladies and gentlemen, the platform for research and development, your preferred YouTube channel on research methods, is dedicated to those who have little or no knowledge in research, and those who want to refresh their understanding and knowledge in research as well. Students pursuing research at undergraduate and postgraduate studies would be greatly benefited. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the platform for research and development, your preferred YouTube channel on research methods, is dedicated to those who have little or no knowledge in research, and those who want to refresh their understanding and knowledge of research as well. Students pursuing research at undergraduate and postgraduate studies would be greatly benefited. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the platform for research and development, your preferred YouTube channel on research methods, is dedicated to those who have little or no knowledge in research, and those who want to refresh their understanding and knowledge of research as well. Students pursuing research at undergraduate and postgraduate studies will be greatly benefited. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the platform for research and development, your preferred YouTube channel on research methods, is dedicated to those who have little or no knowledge in research, and those who want to refresh their understanding and knowledge of research as well. Students pursuing research at undergraduate and postgraduate studies would be greatly benefited. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. Undergraduate and postgraduate studies would be greatly benefited. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars. The PhD Journey. Undergraduate and postgraduate studies would be greatly benefited. We are proud to present to you an inspirational and motivational program for researchers across the globe, especially PhD scholars.
স্যার আমরা কিন্তু লাইভে আছি।
Okay, you can start now.
Yes, thank you for giving me the permission. Assalamu alaikum everyone and good evening. I'd like to invite all of you to our international webinar on fintech tonight. Those who are from this area, the region from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Malaysia, and surrounding region, obviously we're all waiting for today's. And I'm Siddiqur Rahman here, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, Daffodil International University. We have our knowledgeable and respectable Professor M.D. Amin Islam with us tonight. and he's currently working as a professor in the School of Business, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship at University Malaysia PERLIS. He is an award-winning academic and researcher. He's a member of Asian Academy of Management, Malaysian Institute of Management, and an associate member of Malaysian Finance Association. And he's also a visiting professor at Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. Today, we are actually going to organize this seminar in collaboration with University Malaysia PERLIS and Graduate Student Association Malaysia. Today, we will expecting two of our guests will be with us shortly or already on the screen. Dr. Hussein Nasir is a renowned banker and currently working as a senior lecturer at Faculty of Applied and Human Science. As well as we will get Miss Sonia Lohana, PhD scholar from University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. Let's welcome Dr. Islam to start his valuable speech. Thank you, sir. Appreciate for giving me the chance.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Sir, we can't hear you from your end.
Okay, I did not switch on the microphone.
We can hear you now, sir. We can hear you now.
Okay, give me a few seconds.
Please.
Okay. No.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Brother Siddiq Rahman, the moderator for this evening's webinar. Brother Siddiq Rahman is an assistant professor of Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. And he is the one actually taking the initiative to organize this. And then we do have also the other two collaborators. We have Ms. Sonia Lohana, who is a PhD scholar of University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. Thank you, Ms. Sonia, for joining us. And we do have also Brother Ibrahim, who is an assistant professor of International Islamic University, Chittagong, Bangladesh. Basically, he's the man who helped me a lot in running many of my shows. And we do have also Brother Saleh-Uddin Mansur Ahmed. You can see him in the photo. He is there also. He is the man actually always with me because he is doing PhD at UNIMEB. Okay. So he is my friend. He is my brother. He has been helping me a lot this. Okay. Now, as I see so far, we have basically how many now active now? Brother Saleh Mansur. All right. You can listen to me, right? Clearly, right?
We can
Yes,
hear you, sir, clearly.
So let me share the screen and we start the topic. Basically, today's topic is one of the newest topic that is affecting everyone. Many of us, we realize that there's something coming and something affecting, but we have no idea how it's going to affect us. Okay. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, I did now. Huh? Can you? Okay, is there? আমি স্টপ শেয়ার করে দেওয়া বন্ধ হয়ে করে Give us a few minutes to, I'm going to share this screen. Give me 1 minute, it's going to be all right.
Please, sir, take your time.
Okay. All right. So that is the topic for today, Fintech. Fintech in short form. I put the title as Fintech and Overview because I guess most of the participants attending the session would be listening something about Fintech for the first time in their life. All right. So that's why I put the name as Overview, because I'll be starting from very basic on Fintech, and slowly I will be moving into very detail of the topic. Okay. Now, let me talk about a bit on the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution is characterized by the fusion of digital and physical worlds, with the growing utilization of new technologies such as artificial intelligence, cloud computing, robotics, Internet of Things, and advanced wireless technologies. And there are many softwares and technologies coming in that is changing our life. The way we do things, the way we lead our life, the way we work, everything is changing. And these technologies are definitely giving birth of many new softwares and all that. That's where the crowd funding, which we talked about 2 weeks before, and then the fintech, the financial technology, also been coming and emerging as new areas in business. This development basically ushered a new era of economic disruption with uncertain socio-economic consequences. I'm going to show you how it's going to change our life and change the life and going to change more of our life, okay? So the spread of digital technologies have actually changing almost every sphere of our life. We just give example of anything that we do now is affected by the changes brought about by the fourth industrial revolution. All right, and we do also often hear now fresh university graduates are unable to get jobs. This is very common. It's basically because of misalignment of qualifications with the current market demands. So graduates who are undertaking degree programs now, or even doing masters now, or even undertaking PhD program, we have to somehow, streamline our learnings towards the changes taking place due to fourth industrial revolution. And I always give an example of a company in my country, whereby the company is doing outsourcing online activities, and they wanted to recruit 800 people or 800 staff to help them to do all those online outsourcing work. But last 2 years, they managed to get only 200 staffs. So they are still short of 600 people. They have been interviewing hundreds, but they can't get the kind of graduate they want. Okay, meaning that students are graduating with traditional kind of syllabus, not being able to cope with the changes taking place with the advancement of technology. So as an undergraduate student or master student, we have to re-skill ourselves, or up-skilling sort of activities has to be undertaken so that we can cope up with the changes taking place in the society. So we are saying that basically the skills and equipment that the graduates are acquiring become obsolete even before they go to the job market. Right? And then it is predicted that the bulk of present jobs will disappear in near future. So the kind of job we do, not going to be there anymore. So those jobs will be taken over by certain other areas of business, all right? So which I'm going to highlight later on in my slides. Okay, so the situation even set to worsen in the post-COVID scenario. So with the COVID, we know, right, there are many industries are suffering, and industries are forced to go high-tech. For example, like even teaching, we are now doing online teaching. A lot of software came in. I remember when I was teaching online to certain foreign universities 2 years before, it was only Skype. But there are now so many different software available, making teaching easy and effective. All right. So as a researcher, or even as an academic, or even as a student, we have to engage ourselves, with the working world, and we have to understand the kind of job employment going to be available in the future. And we have to strategize our teaching and researches in line with the changing scenarios that we are facing now. Many of the first stage growing jobs and predicted future ones are driven by technology. So you cannot say that I am doing business programs, so I do not want to learn software. You cannot say I am basically a business graduate, so I do not want to know about Internet of Things. I don't care about artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and all that. You cannot neglect that anymore, my brothers and sisters, those of you who are with me now at the session. Those technologies are going to be the future of the world. And somehow, even though we are studying business, we still have to learn those softwares. If those are not available in the syllabus, then we have to go for reskilling and upskilling of ourselves. So this is one of the aim that I have by offering a few webinars on the emerging business areas. For example, like today's one, the fintech, and we have done one before 2 weeks before crowdfunding. These are the emerging business areas which should be actually incorporated in the syllabus. I was quite surprised, 2 months before I was browsing through about fintech, and I found that there is a Swedish university offering diploma, degree, master's, and PhD program in fintech. Can you imagine? So if you are doing undergraduate subjects, and if you are doing 40 subjects, so they have 40 different subjects thus on fintech. Okay, so that's the kind of world that we are going to lead to, and therefore we cannot ignore these areas. Rather, we have to take it very seriously, and we have to learn it, outside. Even if it is not in the syllabus, we have to take initiative to learn these new emerging areas to make sure we are still relevant to the job market. So thus I am asking question before I start the actual session, that are we aligning our teaching research activities as a lecturer or even as a student? Are we really getting towards the changing scenarios and trying to cope with the changes that's going to come about? Are we revisiting and prioritizing our learning? So I am questioning you, those of you who are with me attending the session. If you are still learning the traditional things that used to be taught, then you are definitely going to be obsolete when you are graduated. So we have to prioritize our learning. We have to keep up with the advancement of technology that is shaping the society, the country, the world at large. So you have to put effort, extra effort, in skilling, reskilling, and upskilling, which I said it become indispensable. All right. Certain skill just comes through, using certain softwares that we use most of the days. But there are advanced technologies available which are applicable in most of the business areas, and we have to start reskilling and upskilling of ourselves. Now, financial technology, as we call it fintech. Okay. So when you say fintech, basically it's a full extension of this is financial technology. It is a new tech or new technology that seeks to improve and automate the delivery and use of financial services. So basically everything is going to be automated. That is the idea. So we have fintech, financial technology, the software or the new technology that's going to automate the delivery of all financial services that is presented in a traditional way. All right. So we say at its core, fintech is utilized to help companies, business owners, and consumers to better manage the financial operation processes and lives by utilizing specialized software. So that's what it is. When it comes to fintech, we develop very specialized software and we use algorithm. I will explain afterwards. So when we use the software and algorithms, anyone log into computer or a smartphone can actually get into the financial services offered by different business entities. So fintech has been adopted by many different sectors. It's not only banking. There are many times we see people have understanding of basically they feel that fintech is only for business world, but that is not right. Basically, it does have implications and use in many different sectors like education. Currently, I am in the process of writing a book with the team of my university. How can we apply blockchain? Blockchain is one of the elements or dimension of fintech in education, all right? In retail banking, fundraising, non-profit and other investment management activities where we are using fintech already. Now, fintech also includes the development and use of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. I think many of you may be familiar with Bitcoin. Certain Bitcoins are very popular. For example, the one coming from Alibaba, right? Very popular. People are making a lot of money. Malaysians are allowed, right, to log in and register into Bitcoin. And many Malaysians have made a good amount of money by involving in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is also part of fintech, the money, the cashless world. That's where we're going to move. I will have detailed slide on it later again, all right? So while this segment of fintech may see the most headlines, meaning the Bitcoin, but the big money still lies in the traditional global banking industry, all right, and multi-trillion dollar market capitalization. So when you are talking about market capitalization, the global economy is still, the banking industry is leading. Big money is still there. But fintech has started slowly taking the slides from the money market, all right? So this is a simple definition. As I said earlier, fintech is basically finance. It's a combination of finance plus technology. So you have application of technology in finance activities. That's basically, we call it fintech, okay? So we use technologies, new methodologies, companies' business model and new services. So that all comes together and make it a fintech software, okay? So new financial industry that applies to technology to improve financial activities. So currently, whatever traditional way we serve customers on financial services, fintech is here to improve the services that we provide. Now, if we look at the Oxford Dictionary, it does include, the definition of fintech, and it says fintech is basically a computer programs or other technology used to support or enable banking and other financial services. So even Oxford Dictionary is already having the definition of fintech. Now, is fintech something new? Maybe new to many of you who are listening to me now. But it's not something new. It has been there. Like crowdfunding, when 2 weeks before I talk about it, crowdfunding has been there for hundreds of years. But it has been now regularized and regulated, well regulated now, and we see it now. So fintech is not something new, okay? So the evolution of fintech, the fintech is often seen today as a new marriage of financial service and information technology, right? Basically, we said it is finance and technology. That's what makes it as financial technology, and it becomes fintech, okay? So fintech is often seen today as new marriage, right? As I said, the marriage between financial services and information technology. However, this interlinkage has long history and has evolved over 3 distinct periods. So fintech was first actually introduced in 1866, all right? So fintech version 1.0, that was until 1967. And then we have improved version, we call it Fintech 2.0, and it was there until 2008 when we started using internet and digitalization, all right? And then the Fintech 3.0 came in after 2008, and then now we have improved version 3.5. So now with the current version, we can use our mobile phone, and any kind of smartphone that we have, we can use that. Okay, so fintech is not something new. It is originated from 1866. But that time we did not have internet and advanced technology, so it did not come into that kind of way that we can really see the impact on economy and other aspects. But it is not definitely something new. It has been there for some time. Well, that's what I said, right? The fintech stages. Fintech 1.0, which was there from 1866 to 1967, In late 19th century, finance and technology combined to produce the first period of financial globalization. Okay, in late 19th century, all right, and you can see basically the first stage of financial globalization, all right. So that's when we have the transatlantic cable, the Fedware, where the world can connect to each other, all right. So that's how the fintech started. And then came in Fintech 2.0, the version Fintech 2, 1967 until we until like 2008. So here we have from we move or transform or transfer from analog to digital. Okay, because we do have internet and all those revolution came in slowly. We started moving others, right? So the first ATM, that automated teller machine where we draw money, came in 1967. I'm not very sure how many of you know. Okay, so first ATM came in 1967, and then it continues, right? So the financial services industry started continuing. 1983, the mobile phone came in, all right? And then 1983 also, we started to have online banking in US, all right, definitely. And then slowly, we started moving to 1999, whereby we have .com bubble, right? Everything we have website and all that. So we started moving there. And then 2008, we have a global financial crisis. It started 2007. And when we have financial crisis, the banking sector economy suffered a lot. And that has forced people to think of alternative ways of providing effective services to people or customers by reducing the cost of operations, all right? And that actually helped accelerate the development and advancement of fintech. Now, the Fintech 3.0, which is now, basically it become a new players, especially for the startups, alongside with the large companies, all right? So it's not only the newcomers taking it, using it for the purpose of raising sources of finance, for example, like crowdfunding, which uses Fintech, right? And then the other advancement of technology, for example, like the iPhone was launched in 2007, and then 2009, the Bitcoin was launched first time. And then 2009, the Kickstarter, the crowdfunding platform also being started. And then also you have another crowdfunding platform, P2p, right? Person-to-person money transfer, that also being started in 2011. So that's where we are now, right? So the application of fintech is very comprehensive and very wide. Well, 2008, we call it a game changer. It's because basically we have the financial crisis and everybody was looking for cost saving, okay, cost saving. And that's where it become a game changer. We started to move into fintech, whereby we can automate the services and we can reduce the cost. So banks started to downsize the number of employees and staff they have, and they started depending on automation of services so that they can reduce the cost and service even customers better. And now even I think it would be the second game changer with the COVID-19 because you cannot have face-to-face meeting and all that. So therefore, it will definitely move into non-physical contact and servicing people through automated generated procedures, all right? This is the latest one. We call it a 3.5. I'll be talking about it afterwards more. Okay, so this is how it is. So the core difference between the traditional financial services and the fintech. So in traditional services, what we have infrastructure, then we have product, and then we have platform, we have channel, we have medium, and then we have the custom. That's how it is served to customers. But fintech is different. Fintech, we have a customer, and the customer is basically served through computer, application, and data. All customers' data are saved in computer, and you use application to serve the customer, okay? So definitely when your stages or steps or dimension are reduced, you save a lot of cost, a lot of money, all right? So I'm going to show you later on in slides how much money we can save by adopting fintech among the banks and other industries. So this is what the opportunities fintech is providing. Fintech basically, if we broadly categorize, we can divide into household and businesses and services given in the financial stability. So in terms of household and businesses, we will have greater access, we will be better connected, we'll have more choices, we will have more credit raising opportunities, right? We will be looking at keener pricing, more empowered services, and as well as faster services. Those of you who are involved in online shopping, you will know how faster can you make an order, and how faster can you make the payment, and even how faster can you receive the product, all right? And it's cheaper. I compared, last few months I bought a few electrical goods, and before I order online, I visited a few showrooms in the place where I live. And then after that, I check with the online, and I found the online price is much, much cheaper than what I get at the showroom, So it is easier. You are not going to travel. You are not going to carry. You order using your handphone or computer, and the product reaches your house, and you are not doing any cash transaction, all right? It's just online transfer. And then also fintech also would be very helpful for us to have stability in the financial sector. So you'll have more diversity, you'll have less risks, improved risk management, lower the transaction costs, because it's just matter of one click and you get it, all right? Stronger operational resilience, greater capital efficiency, we'll have higher productivity, and we increase the redundancy, all right? These are the few advantages of fintech, the opportunities that is going to be provided by fintech. I can note down that definitely there are many more which I have not included here. Now, again, when fintech is taking the lead in social media and everywhere, but still there are a lot of concerns about the fintech industry, okay? Many believes that it's a bubble that about to burst. Okay, so it's like a buzzword, and then the banks are also too entrenched to be disrupted. Okay, so we will have to watch out how this fintech industry is going to grow and sustain. All right, there are a few examples I'm going to show you where fintech was adopted and it was a failure, but still it's catching up more, and services become more efficient and it become better. So now we say fintech is reaching a boiling point, okay? Basically, there are investment of 49.7 billion in last 5 years globally. 49.7 billion US dollar being invested in the fintech industry. And in the Google, when people search for words, in the last year, there were 1,300% increase of keywords that people search in the Google, meaning that it is getting popular and people started to search for learning what is fintech and how does it work and all sort of thing. Okay, so by looking at the search engine in Google itself, we know that it is becoming popular, is being adopted and adapted by many industry, and customers would even want to know how does it work. Okay, now these are some concerns that you see because of fintech being introduced. There are many industries starting to lose a lot of money. This is an example of a company, right? Business Insider has reported this. I have put the source. I'm not going to name the company, right? You can see 11.4 million losses in a year in the financial industry because of fintech being introduced by other firms, okay? And there was an implosion of POA technologies. Once it was considered like a unicorn, bringing you good fortune and bringing something good to the world. This unicorn or POA was introduced by one of the British firm, right? So POA Technologies was a UK-based technology company known for its commerce, mobile commerce, and e-commerce services. All right, so everything was digital and online. They introduced the POA tech, okay, and with that they were serving. And then when it was found in 2007 by British entrepreneur Dan Wagner, the company has received a largest series of funding round, okay, collecting 76 million in August 2017. Even the Prime Minister David Cameron was attracted to this event, all right? But in next year, even next year in 2014, the POA technology acquired Hong Kong business MPME as well as other technology following the acquisition of the company, which worth about 2.6 billion US dollar. But unfortunately, it didn't go really very well, all right? It was not really doing very well in 2015 within 2 years, and 2016 they started restructuring, and 2016 at the end they have to apply for bankruptcy, all right? So POA was a software, the first software that found to be very effective and very good, you know, to help us in effective transaction online, but it failed. Okay, so that's what I said. There are still some concern on the softwares that's being used and implemented. Now, the reality is basically banks have massive influence and insufficient infrastructure that is difficult to overcome. Right? Difficult to overcome. Top 20 US bank has 10 trillion of assets. So when you're talking about these assets and you want to move into online, so the question is, what are you going to do with this huge amount of asset that you have? You know, so definitely the banks will have to move to fintech and advanced technologies, but they have to get away with all those traditional assets they have, and they have to find a way of doing that. Okay, so this is how it is, right? You can see a picture is given here. We have taken from Reuters, the New York City subway, and you can look at the bank, the kind of assets they have. Okay, but if we use the fintech, financial technologies, that these are not going to be there. Okay, the service is going to be different. So the customers, as we, all right, the current customer, right, our experience is outdated. Now we want a better financial services. We want better financial experiences. So what do? We do not want to go to the bank. We want to use our mobile phone or computer. We want a personalized service. We want customizable service, all right? And we want to be accessible 24 hours. So that's what we have, right? All the ATM is available 24 hours. Online shopping, 24 hours. If you upload, you know, you reload the money in your wallet, you can shop 24 hours, right? So that is what it is. You don't have to go to the supermarket or hypermarket to buy things. You can just sit down at home. That's what you want. All right. So you have mobile in your hand and you want personalized and customized service for you, and you want it to be accessible for 24 hours all the time. So this is how the fintech is disrupting, affecting the area of business. It's affecting everywhere. The back office, the middle office, the front office. So fintech can be used in every parts of organization, all right? And that's the beauty of fintech. I'm going to explain to you later the blockchain and how it works. Then you will understand why fintech become so prominent now and everybody started talking about fintech. Now, this is something that most cost-effective operation structure, okay? In a traditional setup, the operating expense is about 5 to 7%. But if you use fintech, the operating expense is going to be less than 2%, which is a lot, right? 5 to 7% coming down to less than 2%. So if you are a banker, definitely you would like to move into fintech because you are saving 3 to 4 to 5% operating expense, which is a lot, okay? And you are getting away from many expensive assets that you are holding now. So this is some kind of information that we get from ledger. We call it distributed ledger technology, all right? So when fintech is there, we have smart contracts that enable us on automated clearing upon the trade completion, and we have real-time update. It allows access of multiple users at the same time. It increases the transparency of information as anytime we want, all right? So these are the many things that I have listed down here. So those of us we are familiar with the ledger. Basically what we do debit and credit. So every transaction being played at the end, we sum it up, all right? So that's what it is. You know, it's a distributed ledger technology. It is transferable and is easily seen by everyone, all right? And it is updated always. All right, in a ledger, if you do traditionally, we update manually, but here it is automatically updated. The technology is developed in that way, the software, right? I think this slide, I will leave it to you. It's a very simple one. When I share the slide, once the session is completed, we will put the slide just beneath of the video. You can download the slide from there. And also during the session, please fill in the feedback form. We are going to put it there. In order to receive the certificate, the e-certificate, please make sure you fill in the feedback form. All right. So if you are filling in the feedback form, then only you will be eligible to get the e-certificates. And those of the students are attending the session, for example, those of you attendance is compulsory, then definitely you have to fill in the feedback form. Okay. Now, fintech is basically leading 5 unstoppable transformation. All right, it's transforming the whole financial industry. Okay, number one, we say fintech startups are stepping in between bank and the customers. So basically, fintech is coming in between bank and the customers. Bank is using it to improve or enhance the services, and customers are taking the flexible, accessible services, better services from the bank. Number two, Robo Advisors are replacing the human wealth advisor. That's very important. Human being, as we know, we do have certain emotions and weaknesses. So when we advise people, sometimes we may advise based on our understanding of certain things which could be wrong. But Robo Advisors, basically they are automated machines. All data are basically informations are basically embedded in them, and they will never misguide you. Okay, so that's what we are having now. I remember 2 weeks before, my wife was buying certain thing online, and through the Facebook promotion, and she asked me, can you help me to buy it? So when I started writing message, the robot, he introduced himself, said that I am, I'm a robot. And I was very surprised, every question I asked, within 3-4 seconds, the answer is there. All answers are there. I don't have to wait. It's not like human being, like us, we may take some time to answer, but the robo advisors can do proper advising as long as all the data information given to them. And that's what fintech is doing now. Okay. So if you call a bank, it is the robot that is answering you, not the person in many cases, right? And there are many digital marketing and that's taking place in the society. Many digital services given to you are done by robo advisors, not the people, not the human being. Okay, it's coming. It's coming faster, and you will see more sort of things in the future. Number 3, fintech also starts up distributing insurance plans without using the agents. I'm going to show you a few slides on it. If you are subscribing insurance, you don't have to go through agents anymore. You can use fintech and you can do it online. Okay, so you'll save a lot of money. And then also the post technology is also going mobile, and the blockchain basically, right, streamlining the processes throughout the financial institutions. I'm going to explain that more in my next slides. So this is how fintech is going to affect, the 2 very important areas: banking, payment, and lending. And the other one is definitely wealth management, insurance. Wealth management and insurance. These 2 areas will be also affected by fintech a lot. This is how it is. Fintech is taking over the market a lot. Okay, the fund transfer payment already fintech is taking over 28%. 24% of banking service is taken over by fintech. Asset wealth management, 22% already taken over by fintech, and even the insurance services that we have, the fintech already taken over 21% of the market share. Okay. Now, the characteristics of fintech, we put it as classic. Classic. C is customer centric. L is legacy free. A is asset light. S is scalable. S is simple. And then you have innovative and compliance light. So I'm not going to read more on this slide, since I'm going to share the slide with you. You can go through easily and understand what do we mean by some of the special characteristics of fintech, and I put it in a very simple way as classic. Okay. Now, sorry. Okay. Now the coverage of fintech. So if you can see the coverage of fintech, you will understand how comprehensive it is in terms of payment, digital banking, even investment, crowdfunding, P2p lending, blockchain or cryptocurrency, InsurTech, and RegTech. So this all I'm going to show you one by one so that you understand what really fintech is and how comprehensive it is and how it is changing and affecting the life of every human being on earth. Okay. So the first one is definitely on the payments. How does fintech is affecting the payment? So we say basically the new payment form factors, including the QR codes, contactless credit card, right? Mobile wallets are integrated, getting increasingly integrated in our life. So sometimes we can make payments by QR codes. We can use credit card, right? We just swap through and you can make the payment. And we do have also mobile wallet, right? Like in Malaysia, the two popular platforms are Lazada and Shopee, where you can just upload your money in the wallet and you can pay from the wallet, okay? The growing ubiquity of this digital payment makes more use of cashless and less frequent, right? Less frequent in both developed and emerging economies. So basically the world is living or leading towards cashless world. And I'm going to show you also another slide, how we are moving into cashless world, okay? With the digital payment acceptance and volume growing rapidly, there's no surprise that payments are a big business, right? Basically, payments are being made every day here, there. Most of it are online now. Sometimes, I try to recall back when I made a payment in the market using cash. I think the same goes to you. Many of you may not be using cash at all, right? So we always use either credit card or online transfer, some sort of non-traditional way, right? That we live now. So who is being disrupted? So you can see here some examples are there, but so many. The whole world is actually moving towards fintech. Almost every bank is now digital. Almost every businesses has gone online due to COVID, and even because of the advancement of technology and disruptive technologies that you have due to fourth industrial revolution. This is many of you are familiar with that. When you are making payment, so you have the PayPal, you have Payoneers, you have Stripe, you have Square and Window in the post payments. You have mobile payments also, and then also you have all-in-one payment also. So there are many different technologies are already there, being part of fintech, affecting the financial services in the world. Now, when it comes to fintech and banking, we talk about digital banking, okay? So we say that the bank must be trusted to hold our money and transfer it electronically. So that's what we expect now. So if you want the bank to allow you to transfer it electronically, then there's no other way rather than to adopt fintech in our daily life. Okay. Now it's still banking, but in a better way. Fintech is not telling you you have to come out of the bank. It's not saying that. Basically, you are still adopting the banking services, but you are adopting the financial technology to make services more better, more efficient, more flexible, and more friendly. Okay. These are the lending players you have in the world now. Digital banking, you have Citibank and many there helping us. In virtual banking also you do have, and you have also a three-party platform of vendors like Capital Banking Solutions. So you have a bank and you have the customers and you have in between a party, right, a company. So three-party platform also available in the lending players. So this is what is coming very slowly. Basically, you will not need branches of banks anymore. And during this COVID-19, even in Malaysia, I know many banks has closed certain branches of the country. And this is going to come in place in many countries. So banks are not going to open up more branches. Rather, they are going to close branches because they will adopt fintech technology, right? Financial technology. So you can do banking by sitting at home. You don't have to go to the branch. And when you need any advice, you can just call and the Robo Advisor is going to advise you and going to assist you. So the number of branches of banks are going to be lesser in the future. Now, those of you who are graduating, you'll be thinking then, where am I going to get my jobs? And that's why I was saying that beginning I said, we have to start reskilling and upskilling. We have to move with the changes taking place in the society, right? We have to keep up with the trends, current trends that is happening now. So we have to upgrade ourselves with the advanced technologies and all that, so that it's easier for us to find jobs. This one I will avoid. Okay, this is another one, basically fintech and wealth management. When you have money, from finance perspective, we say if you have money and that money doesn't bring money, then you are stupid. Okay, so basically money should bring money. So how can money bring more monies? So you have to go for investment. Even the fintech can help you doing that. Okay, so there are many platforms available. Okay, Mint is the most popular one. We do have Betterment, we have Robinhood, we have Wealthfront. We have many kind of online portfolio management solutions available, which can be used to make more money. You can invest and you make more money. Okay, so even fintech is doing that. Fintech is doing that. Is making your digital wealth management. So you are investing in a different portfolios online, and your money is bringing more money. Okay, so this slide is very comprehensive. The step 1, 2, 3, 4 is there, which I will leave it for your own reading. All right. Now, this is what I was talking about, the Robo Advisors, the key technology that we have now. Basically, the Robo Advisors will be very engaged with you. You know, they are very interactive. You have chat box, you have voice recognition, you have many other, right? They use profiling and all that, signature and all that is there. Basically, when you try to contact with Robo Advisors, they will ask you to identify first of all that you are not a robot, right? And then the certain numbers will be sent, and you have to key in the numbers, and all that will happen. So Robo Advisors are actually the key technology that is being adopted in a fintech or financial technology services. Okay, so in asset management, we do have we do also use big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence to develop the software that we have. Okay, so why is robo advising beneficial? Because it basically removes the brokers and still generates solid returns. Okay, it is customizable and personalized. So you can just call, and Robo will understand what you need, and the data given to him, the Robo, he will advise you properly. Okay, so no leftover cash, lower fee, and lower minimums. So that's why the world definitely will be moving towards more automation and more Robo advising kind of beneficial, technology. I'm not very sure how many of you have experience of buying something whereby you are interacting with a robo advisor. I did, had the experience of few times buying things online through the Facebook advertisement, and robo advisor was advising me and helping me to close the deal. Okay, so there's something very interesting to see. Now, older generation is still, the research is being done, and the older generation, the Generation X and baby boomers, they still want to go traditional, okay? Do not really trust online advice. 69% of them, they say they do not trust online advice. And 35% only say that they are somehow interested to work with robo-advisor, okay? And only 10% say they are very comfortable. Okay, they are very comfortable. Okay, so that's how it is. So, but I'm very sure those of you are with me, or most of you are very young and do not belong to Generation X. So you prefer more on robo advisors and online. Definitely, you want to have shorter time, flexible service, right? Personalized and customized services. That's what you look more. All right. Now, so even though earlier, as you said, even though the Generation X doesn't like yet the online robo advisors, but it is moving up. It is moving up. We expected about 2.2 trillion asset management in 2020. So this year it was expected that about 2.2 trillion asset management would be done using fintech. Okay. Robo advisors, through robo advisors, not consulting with human being advisors, rather consulting with robo advisors. Okay. All right. That's how it is, right? Now the world, we move into tokenization, right? Everything you go, we get a token, right? That's what it is now. So I have given you the picture that basically that shows you how tokenization works in practically, right? So you can see a customer to merchant is going to basically to the network, right? And then you get the token and it go to the network again, and it goes to the acquirer, and finally it go to the merchant again, right? So this is how it works. So you have 8 steps that I have given you here. So at the end, the authentication will be done and payment is made, right? It's the same as online banking, right? When you do transfer, even funds, say for example, I want to transfer a certain amount of money to my father online. So when I go in, I have to check, right, which bank and account number and all those information to be given. Even I have to give certain important information like email address or telephone number. And finally, we will ask for a token, right? We ask for a tag number. That is the token. So when that tag number is given, then only it will be authorized, and then only the money will be transferred. So that's how it is. When you are buying things online from Malaysian, if you are using Lazada or Shopee, you know how it works. Basically, that's how it is. Okay, that's how it is. So tokenization, the world is moving towards having a token, not having cash money in hand. It's just about token and transferring it. You do not see the cash at all, but the cash has been transferred. That's what is happening now. Okay, this is the cashless world. See it where you do not have opportunity to pay without cash. And there are many examples given here. It is taken from Alibaba Group investors, right? Public welfare, dining, gaming, online shopping, transportation, mobile top-up, in terms of credit payment and all that, money transferring, daily household services, retail store, medical services, in campus, financial services, everything can be done without cash. So the world is moving towards cashless world, and that's what fintech is doing. Okay, this is the contribution of fintech. And the slide that you see are a small picture of the cashless world. There are bigger picture of it, all right? So basically what I'm trying to do is basically to show you that how the world is moving, and then how you have to mold your mind and thinking to make sure that you are going to cope up with the changes taking place in the world now, okay? So even the little small payments can be done online, okay? That's what is happening now. And fintech is doing that. Okay, 2 weeks before, those of you attended my talk on crowdfunding, I think we are very clear on the topic. Crowdfunding is also adopting the financial technology, the software is provided by fintech. That is basically fintech. And crowdfunding is the source of financing, right? So you are raising funds through crowds using the financial technology. All right, that's what it is. So this is what we say, that don't ever underestimate what 1% generosity will do. So in crowdfunding, everybody pays a little amount of money, and then that become a bigger amount, and we start a big business, right? That's crowdfunding, and it can be done using crowdfunding. The financial technology software that will help you to raise fund from anywhere. So even you are living in Malaysia and would like to start a business, or you are living in Bangladesh or India or Pakistan, Sri Lanka, any countries, and would like to start up a business, or even Nigeria, you can raise funds from other countries to support your project. Now, there are many crowdfunding models for using the financial technology. It is basically, there are 4 types: donation-based, equity-based, lending-based, and reward-based. Those of you who did not attend my talks on crowdfunding last week, possibly you can go to my YouTube channel and you can watch the video on crowdfunding. Now, I got to remind you, those of you who still have not subscribed my YouTube channel, you better do it now. We are going to have few very exciting program coming up and webinar coming up, so that you will be notified. All right, you'll be notified on the next the session that we are going to do. Okay. All right. This is P2p lending. That is also a kind of crowdfunding. So that one also I will leave it to you if you want to know a little bit more. First of all, I will provide you the slide, and secondly, you can listen to my talk on crowdfunding that is available in my YouTube channel. I think most of you are familiar with my YouTube channel. My channel name is Platform for Research and Development. Platform for research and development. That's where you can go and subscribe the channel and watch the other videos available for you. Okay, this one also I will leave it because you can watch my video on crowdfunding and you will get to learn more. Okay. Now, next one is very important, the blockchain. Blockchain is a chain of blocks, right? You have many blocks being connected by chains. That's what you call blockchain. And that's what I said, basically currently we are writing a book in a group. All right, how blockchain can be used to run a university effectively, okay? So blockchain or cryptocurrency now, we see now. So we say basically it's wires in numerics and we look at numbers, right? Distinct in numbers. Everything we're going to put that in numbers. So we use algorithm and we use programming and we create the software, right? Whereby all services are interconnected, all right? And that's how we call it distributed ledger, right? So it is like a ledger, like debit and credit you have, right? And every transaction takes place, then it will upgrade it, right? But in blockchain, it will automatically upgrade it. And the most beautiful part of blockchain is, if one block is affected or hacked, the remaining blocks will be still intact, all right? And that's why blockchain is getting very popular. And you have to understand that blockchain fall under the financial technology. It's one of the dimension of financial technologies. Doesn't stand alone. It doesn't stand alone. If we use software from financial technology. So this is how the blockchain world works. Basically, it is decentralized, it's digitalized, it's cryptographically sealed, all right? It's consensus based and chronologically being spread, all right? And time is spent. So when you are attending a class now using Google Classroom, when you submit assignment, we do put also the timing there, right? So that is decentralized. You can submit at your own time. It's digitalized. You submit on time, right? And then we do also put the time is spent stamp, right? The time is there. After that, you cannot submit anymore. So there's also kind of blockchain technology, you know. It is a smaller version of blockchain technology that's being used. Okay, so in the Google Classroom, even if one assignment somehow got affected, the rest of the part in the Google Classroom is still intact. Okay, that's how the blockchain works. Okay, so this is how the structure is given. This one also I will leave it for your own reading. All right, so basically you will have few blocks under the central one, and then every block will have few sub blocks. All are interconnected. So automatically, if one section upgrade the information or data, the other section can see that the data or information have been updated, okay, or upgraded. And this is what the blockchain is, the broader application. I'm not sure whether you can see the slide. You can see the slide. I'm not sure whether you can read it. So I think rather than I read it more, I will leave it for your own reviewing, since I'm going to share the slide with you. All right. So the basic idea is basically it is decentralized, it is digitalized. Then you have digital security trading, and if you have a certain time frame there, all right. And we adopt basically the software using algorithms, all right, which is difficult to hack when you use it. And that's one of the reason why blockchain and financial technology is getting more popular, because it's difficult to hack it. Okay. So in the global world, blockchain uses global network to verify transactions, right? So we have current blockchain, what the transactions were there, and then slowly it will update. Automatically it will update it. Is there any new information given? The block chain will automatically update. In one block updated, the next all the blocks will be updated. That's the beauty of the blockchain. Okay, so it's block by block, interconnected. Okay, every which one block upgrades, the all other blocks would be upgraded automatically. Is in one block you insert any information, rest of all blocks will get that information to see. All right, so it become very transparent, and that's why it's becoming very popular now. Okay, now basically it's going to reduce the bank payments, all right, security trading and compliance costs. It is expected that there will be potential savings of $15 to $20 billion by 2020 if we adopt the blockchain technology in the financial services. Okay. Now I move to insurance tech. Most of us, we do have insurance. certain country, the government provide everything. So the government even provide insurance, but most of the cases you do have personal insurance, all that. But the financial technology of fintech even has application for insurance. All right. So that's what I was talking about earlier. The Robo Advisors. You do not need any agents to serve your insurance needs. So you will have Robo Advisors there. Okay. So that's how it works. The traditional process, which is very slow and inefficient, right? So you have manufacturing, distribution, underwriting, claim, and then you have all that risk capital investment and management, right, in a industrial sense. But when you go for personal insurance, again, you follow an agent. The agent will get the form fill in and it goes to the company. The company will approve it. It comes back to the agent. The agent brings it to you. So that's a traditional process which is very slow and very inefficient. Okay. So agents are very costly. So in US alone, there are 37,500 insurance agencies, and consumers spend 25 billion per year for agent commissions. So basically, you are paying a lot of money to the agencies, unnecessary. Rather, if you directly get into the insurance company, you are saving $25 billion. So that's what fintech is going to do. Fintech is going to connect customers directly with the insurance company. That's what we call InsurTech software. So we are going to save billions of dollars, all right? We are going to save thousands of dollars. This is how it is. When we pay the money for insurance, our claims are basically adjustment only 65%. 35% are paid for the cost, fees, and profits. Okay, so that's the company, we pay them. But when you get directly involved, so we are going to save that 35% money that you pay to the agencies. Okay, so these are the few examples, not few, many examples, whereby you can see the InsurTech ecosystem. There are many companies around the world adopting InsurTech already. So what we have here is basically blockchain, machine learning, Internet of Things, IoT, and big data. All four comes together, and that helps us to develop a software, what we call InsurTech, whereby people, the insurer, would be directly connected with the company. Okay, insurer and insuree will be connected together without any middle person, and it's going to save a lot of money. The service is going to be efficient, more customized, all right, more friendly, more accessible, and more transparent. And you are going to save 35% that you are paying now. Okay, so it's going to be more or less, a bit less than what you do now. This is an example of China. China is the largest country in terms of population, right? Almost 3 billion population in China now, or 2 billion population in China. So in China, there are a lot of InsurTech company there, all right? There are few listed here. You maybe have a look how they are using it. And even if you want to go learn more about them, you can just go online and you just search in the Google. You will find them there online available, serving thousands of, hundreds of thousands of people in terms of insurance in China. Now, the next one is regulation tech. This is another dimension of fintech or financial technology, okay, regulation tech. We do have regulations and we keep changing regulations and many things happen, right? So even those regulations can be hacked and you can get into trouble. So financial technology, fintech, do have also a dimension which we call it regulation tech. Okay, so what we say that we, the people, want our money safer than our selfies, right? So you have to have certain regulation basically that makes you legally safe and sound. You want your payment to be transferred without any fear of losing it. You want it to be trustable, all right? So regulation tech is there to help you to make it there, right? So the PayPal basically one of the most popular platform, right, that help us to transfer our funds. They said we want the people to be, their people money to be more safer than their own selfies even, okay? So regulation tech will do that, because as I said earlier, when you use fintech and blockchain, basically you cannot be hacked. The software cannot be hacked. Even it is hacked in one part, the rest of the parts will be still intact, all right? So this is what it is. And when it comes to regulation tech, in terms of financial regulation in the world now, we do have basically 4 main mandates. We look at financial stability, We look at transparency, fairness, we look at prudential regulation, and we look at the market competition and development of the market. All right. So these are the 4 segments that's been prioritized when we develop regulation tech software to serve financial services in the world. Okay. Now, what are the implications? Basically, many startups basically use technology to disintermediate banks and directly propose their services and products to customers, right? For example, like when you are using crowdfunding, you are not going through a bank. So there's no intermediary bank. You know, when you issue shares, you have to go through a bank, which is an underwriter. They have to underwrite the share, and then only you can raise fund. But here you can directly go to the people and you raise fund without paying any fee to the bank. Okay, so that's what regulatory framework implication is going to be there when it comes to sourcing of fund and many other affairs of business. So you have more freedom. You have more freedom, right? You have more freedom. So you have, that's what we say, that the regulatory threshold, right? So we say too small to care, too large to ignore, and too big to fail. So that's how it is going to work. So regulations are going to put in a place. After my talk on crowdfunding, there are a few people communicated with me and says, how do we know that the money that I raise will be really given to me? And how does the people who are contributing know that their money is being spent well? So basically the software they develop, anybody contributes, the money is registered there to the software, and the person or the company raising fund, every information, everything they do, they also have to update the platform, right? So the platform that raise fund will update you with the information. That's what the financial technology or the blockchain is going to do. Okay, so it is trusted, trustworthy, it is flexible, is accessible, is transparent to everyone. Okay, these are the example of few in the world regulation tech. Okay, almost every country now they have this regulation tech to make sure your online cashless transfers are trustable. That's basically regulation tech is doing. Okay, so regulations are in place to make sure you are safe, your money is safe, right? Your transactions are transparent, and you're not going to lose anything by doing online transactions. All right, so these are the very important areas that I have shown you in terms of online shopping, online banking. We look at even InsurTech, we look at even regulation tech, and I'm very sure with COVID, very soon you are going to have Meditech or medical tech. Very soon you are going to have that. Even as I said, even some of my talks, that even in Kangar, there was one clinic. The doctor told me, Prof, you don't have to come to the clinic. Just tell us what medicine you want. We'll send it to your house. And to my surprise, one day I just WhatsApp that I need this medicine. And suddenly I found the Honda was honking in front of my house, and I found the man is there, and I just paid the cash and took the medicine. So I don't have to come to the clinic to get the medicine. So that's where we are going to lead to. Very soon you will have that kind of thing, medical tech or meditech or medutech is going to be there. So from home, you connect to the doctor. Doctor look at you and listen to you, can do some testing even, and then give you medicine on the spot. And medicine will be sent to your house. Okay, so that kind of situation is going to happen, and all these are possible because of fintech or financial technology and blockchain. All right. So that's what I had for you today. As I said at the beginning of my talk, that I want to do a little presentation. As I said, that it is going to be basically overview. It's not going to be very in-depth kind of session for today. If you really want to learn more about fintech, then we need to have a few more sessions. All right. So with that, I would like to end my session today, and I will pass the session to Brother Siddiq. All right, to continue. All right. So thank you, those of you who have joined me. Thank you very much for joining me. And let me remind you, very soon we are going to start up a very inspirational and motivational program. We call it the PhD journey, wherever we are going to get people who have completed PhD. They are going to share their stories, okay, their stories and experiences they have gone through PhD 1. All right. So I think in 2 weeks' time we are going to launch that series, and that will continue for at least 1 or 2 years. All right. So every 2 weeks there will be a session. We call it at PhD journey. And earlier, I think earlier I have run that video for you, and those of you came earlier, and I hope to see you in some other sessions. Thank you very much for joining, and hope to see you in some other sessions, inshallah. All right. Thank you very much. How can I stop sharing? Okay.
Sir, thank you very much for your informative presentation and
All right, I pass it
explanation.
to
Hope the audience
your
have
microphone is,
enjoyed and learned a lot of new ideas.
You unmute your microphone, Brother Siddiq. Oh, you have unmuted. Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Yes, yes.
You can hear me, sir? All right, all right. So thank you very much, and appreciate and thanks for your knowledgeable speech today. We learned new things and new era. I hope a lot of graduate scholars, those who have joined with us today, including academicians, they will feel or they will find this area as an interest of the research and for the PhD journey. For the graduate, with the current student, they will start thinking about their further study and discipline to choose academic or corporate career in future. We have Sonia with us. Ms. Sonia, do you mind sharing anything with us, your observation or any findings about today's session?
Hello, good evening to all. Thank you so much for involving in your session. And it's as usual, the prof session is always very informative because I think I am 2000, no, since May, I think May, I was attending the prof session. And until now, I never missed the prof session. So as usual, Prof, you are very amazing, give the presentation and also very new topic. We got a very lots of knowledge from this fintech, and also thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's request to the audience, if you have any question, you can drop to the comment box, or if you like, if you want to join with us at this premiere, is it possible for us, for the audience to join? Or they can drop the question if they like to say something, or any question about today's session, any information they want to hear, or they want to have any question, or they want to share something. Please, dear audience, request to share or any question if you have any.
We are going to share the StreamYard link with you. If anyone would like to come on the screen with us, you can click the link and you can join us. Okay, if we are going to share it now. The StreamYard link. Just give us a few seconds. We are going to share the link with you. We'll put it on the comment box. We'll put it on the screen also. So you can join us on the screen. We have put that link in the comment box now. Anyone interested, you can just click. You can just click, we'll accept you. You can see in the comment box, yes, it is there. Comment box, we have given you the link.
Link is just shared to your audience. All you need to click the link and place your name, and you can we will allow you to join the session. If anybody have any question, please.
Anyone would like to join? You can join us on the screen here live on the screen.
Prof, one question in the chat box, just I saw.
Okay.
How can we ensure the trust in case of fintech?
I think I talked about it. Basically, when you talk about financial technology, we use blockchain and we use algorithm and all that to develop the software, which is very difficult to hack, and it's very transparent, accessible to everyone. Okay, we have someone came in on the screen. Can you speak out, brother? Yes. Oh, he's out already. Oh, he came in and then he left.
Okay.
He got disconnected, sir.
Okay.
Prof, we have another question.
Yeah.
Is there any international banking system that can be used to buy international items?
That can be used to buy international
Items.
items.
Yes, Prof.
I think if you are buying certain things, why you have to go through the banks? You have to use the online platforms. Those platforms are available for online shopping and buying and all that. It's very easy. That's the purpose of fintech. Basically, we don't want you to go through the banks, because you want to go through the bank, you have to pay certain fee to the bank, and we do not want you to do that. Okay, so you shouldn't be using bank. Rather, you should be using the platform. Yes, somebody has joined. Yes, brother. You have a question? Can you unmute your microphone and you can ask the question? I think from Nigeria, looks like, right? Yeah, you can speak, brother. Yes, please.
Yes.
Please unmute your microphone and speak now. You can speak now, brother. Can you? If you have any question, you can ask now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. Yes. My name is Umar Ahmed.
All right. You have any question or any comments on the session? You can speak now.
No, I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. And I wish you all the best. And I will look. Okay, there's no question. No question. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Prof, we have a question on.
Sir, I have observed the question. One of the audience asking how we can implement the fintech.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We are writing a book now. Basically, in my university, we have a team. We are writing a book now. How can we use blockchain or financial technology to run a university effectively? We are doing that. So I hope that book would be published by the beginning of next year, in February or March. We are going to launch the book in January, I guess. By February or March, I think the book will be ready for you. It's going to be published, inshallah. So then you can follow that book and see how can it be used in the education industry, inshallah. Okay. Is there any other question, Sister Sonia?
Yes, Prof. Prof, one question from Bangladesh. If I have some BTC, is there any problem in Bangladesh? What is the BTC?
Brother Siddiq, what is BTC? I'm not very sure what means by BTC. BTC.
I'm not actually sure at this moment what.
Okay. I think we have 2% online or 1% online.
Maybe Bitcoin, sir. Maybe BTC means Bitcoin, maybe.
I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure. If I don't really understand, I won't answer the question. I'm sorry. The
Bitcoin is created in Bangladesh.
Someone mentioned Bitcoin.
Understood.
Sir, as far I got the idea, the BTC meaning is the Bitcoin. So they're trying to know whether it's
there's no opportunity for Bangladeshis to invest in Bitcoin up. Okay, no. And even the largest Bitcoin now being in the market by Alibaba company, it doesn't allow Bangladeshis to invest. Malaysians, they can. Malaysians can. But Bangladeshis are not. Even the US people also cannot invest.
Yes. All right. Good.
Yes, Brother Shamsuddin.
Yeah.
You can speak, Brother Shamsuddin. Brother Shamsuddin is very well versed on financial technology or fintech. He has been attending many workshops and seminars, symposiums on fintech. He is more conversed about fintech than me. Brother Shamsuddin, would you like to add something?
Yes, yes, Pro. Can you hear me? Hello, Pro.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Very
Yeah,
clear.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, Pro. Thank you for this wonderful session. Yes, Pro.
Please speak. Yeah, you can talk
Okay.
now.
Hello, Pro. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hello, can you hear? Hello, can you? Yeah, Pro. Can you hear?
We can hear
Yes,
you. Please
okay,
speak.
okay.
We can hear you.
My question probably is, what role do you think the educational institutions, like universities and other, can play in promoting fintech knowledge? Yeah, I mean the role of universities or higher educational institutions in promoting the knowledge or fintech knowledge.
Okay. Basically, as I have been always advocating in most of the conferences that I participate, we have to educate our graduates with the latest technologies that is there. So universities should include fintech and Bitcoin, IoT, business, artificial intelligence, big data, all sort of topics in the syllabus. If we refuse to do it now, we'll be forced to do it after 6 months or 1 year. But that's going to be the future. So by right, as educationists, we should embed these areas in our syllabus and curriculum as soon as possible. All right. So if it is not in the syllabus, it takes some time to get approval and all that. At least we start organizing some seminars, symposiums, and webinars like we are doing today. We are educating the students with the new concepts and technology. I think that the education industry has to start doing that. Okay? I think Brother Shamsuddin is out of the steam yard again. But anyway, I think he had a good question. Universities has a lot of role to play in introducing, this topic to the students. We have someone, I think. Yes, can you speak, please? Mushfiqur Rahman, is it? Can you speak, please?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, please speak.
Sir, I have a question, and that is, sir, is it necessary to have?
We can hear you.
It's necessary to have fintech in the small business, like what we used to do or what we intended to make? Or if so, if you think that it is necessary to have a fintech in our business, small business, then how would you suggest we do it? Because we don't have any, we have a simple, small capital to start the business. So.
Yes. If you remember my session 2 weeks before about crowdfunding, we said that the startups actually can raise fund by using crowdfunding. When you don't have fund,
Yes,
and
sir.
if you do not want the banks to, you don't want to borrow from bank or other sources, and crowdfunding is the one where you can raise a lot of fund to start up a business. So crowdfunding is part of financial technology. So even a small company can use fintech, okay, to raise fund and regulate the financial services they have. So it's depending on the kind of businesses you are in. Okay? It's all about which kind of business you are in. So definitely fintech can be used. So one very easy example for us to understand is crowdfunding. You can raise finance by using financial technology. So crowdfunding is one dimension of fintech. Okay, Mushfiq?
Thank you, sir. I understand it, sir.
Mushfiq is very intelligent. He is one of my MBA students. He will always have very intelligent questions. He participated in one of the international competition on crowdfunding, and he won. He's supposed to get about $10,000 or something to start up a new startup in Bangladesh. So he's very good in all that. So he's quite familiar with fintech and crowdfunding. Thank you, Mushfiq, for attending and raising the question.
Thank you, sir.
The feedback form we give you again. The form is there on the screen. Please fill in the feedback form. If you don't fill in, you won't get the cert. Please, can you put it in the comment box also? Okay, so we are putting the feedback form on the screen and also on the comment box. So we are now going to put it on the comment box. Please make sure you fill in the feedback form. If you do not fill in, you won't get the cert, please. And the certificates are auto-generated, so you will get the cert very soon. I think within 3-4 days, right, Ms. Sonia?
Yes, Prof. I think mostly already people got their certificate.
Okay. So now we have already put the link in the message box, comment box. In the comment box, we have given you the link. Can you please click the link and fill up the feedback form? And then you'll be given the e-cert, okay? And you will get it very first, inshallah. All right, I think Brother Siddiq, if there's no other question, then I leave the session. And if you like to end up the session, I leave it to you, how you'd like to end up the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you to those who have joined, participated, and continue with us for the last around 90 minutes. I would like to special thanks to Ms. Sonia and to give us the support and make this session great. And sir, thank you very much to share your valuable knowledge, information, and share expertise from your end. And hopefully in future we will meet again and organize some of the great session for the audience, and it will help for everyone. I would like to thank you again, and good night everyone, and thanks for being with us for the last 90 minutes. I appreciate all of your presence. Thank you very much.
Thanks.